on the fucking ball. Why didn't you just take a fucking knee?
Says up on Pornhub, sorry for your weird masturbation session.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Sideline Study Podcast. Not wearing my Packer hat tonight. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. But whatever, I'm wearing my Badger. Wendy ate it. I'm wearing my Badger hat tonight. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Sarah. Welcome back, Coop.
Hi.
And Bobbit. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
And Heather. Heather is here as well. I really wish you would change your notification, Bobbit. But what it is what it is. So we're going to start off the show. Look, I'm going to start, and everybody's going to wonder why I'm defending this guy. I'm not. Okay, I am kind of defending him, but I'm really not defending his actions. Does that make sense? Before we go any further, I'm not defending his actions. I'm defending him as a football player. And here is why. And we are talking about Vontaze Burfict. Now, he has a history of headhunting, targeting. That's a better term. I hate that headhunting term because headhunting means that he's being paid to do that. And that's not what he's targeting. And he's doing the targeting on his own accord. That being said, I disagree with him being suspended for the whole year. I disagree. Maybe 4 games. There are other players out there, and I can't give you names right off the top of my head, but there are repeat offenders. There are repeat offenders, more than Burfict, that have done the same fucking thing and have only been suspended for 4 games or a game and fined an undisclosed amount. I am not defending this guy at all. I just don't think it's fair that we criticize the guy for going 100 miles an hour. I don't know what he's thinking when he's doing this. This is why when I coached football, you had your head up and you put your head to either side of the body of the person you're going to tackle. Okay? Then you drive your shoulder straight through him. That is how you tackle somebody. Okay? You don't put your head down and lead with the crown of your helmet. That's what he's doing. My issue with my issue is not that he is doing this and repeating this. My issue is the suspension itself. I disagree with the whole full game suspension.
Full season suspension.
Yeah, full season, excuse me. I don't agree with that at all. Okay? Put him through some rehab. If that's the issue, if he has anger issues, put him through anger management, whatever the fuck you have to do. But don't the guy's a great football player. Can we all agree that he's a good football player?
Yeah, he's a good football player.
He wouldn't be in the NFL if he wasn't.
Right. So I am not of the. He's not killing anybody. Okay, here's the thing. Here's another thing. I didn't watch the game. I seen the hit. What came of Jack Doyle? Is there anything wrong with him?
No, he's fine.
Okay, then why is he being suspended for the entire year? If you would have knocked him out for the entire year, then we can talk about suspending him for a long time.
I think a 6-game suspension would have been okay.
But that is too much. I've seen players do the same thing blatantly and worse, hitting somebody and just getting a fine for it. I have an issue with the way that they fucking deal with these suspensions and fines. They fine somebody, well, if it's his first offense, we'll fine him $10,000. If he does it again, we'll fine him $20,000. Now, if he continues to do it, keep suspending him. Suspend him for 4 games. He comes back and does it, suspend him for another 4 games. I don't agree with suspending him for the entire year because I've seen worse. I've seen worse hits get a fine and that's it. That's me personally.
I just quickly chime in because I didn't get to see the hit, but I do know that I really think the only reason why that he's suspended is because of his history. That's the only thing.
Correct. That is, yeah. You are correct. You are correct. But
that's correct. Yeah.
But here is the thing: I've seen worse. I've seen players be repeated. Rodney Harrison.
Yeah, and James Harrison.
He was worse than Vontaze Burfict. He never got suspended for more than a game and fined an undisclosed amount. So I call bullshit on them suspending him for the entire year. You know why he's getting suspended for the entire year? Because he's hitting high-profile players. Remember when he hit Antonio Brown?
Yeah, I remember that in that playoff game. But I remember that game.
He does have a history of starting shit, and I understand that. But he's playing the game for. Do we want to just go back to two-hand touch football? Do we just want to play two-hand touch? This is a violent fucking sport. If you can't hack it, don't play it.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Bobbit, do you got anything you'd like to add?
No, I agree 100%. You are preaching to the choir, my friend.
Okay, I don't want everybody to think that I'm condoning what this guy did. I am not. In no way, shape, or form condoning what he's doing. Continue to suspend him. Yeah, fuck off. Continue to suspend him. But I just don't want this to become a case of he's gonna end up filing a grievance with the NFL and he's gonna end up winning anyway.
Yeah, he's already filed the appeal today. So
that's all I'm gonna say.
Because I follow a lot of insiders in the NFL, and that's what he does. That's what he's doing. He's filing the appeal today.
Right. Here's an easy way to remedy this. If that is the case, the Raiders release him. If you don't want that on your team, release him. Nobody sign him. That's an easy way to remedy it. That is the easiest way to fucking remedy it. If he's signed by that team, they still have to pay him. And that's what. So really, they're not punishing the player. They are punishing the player by taking money out of his pocket. But they're also punishing the team by taking money out of their pocket. Because that money goes into a pot of money, I think. I'm not sure where it goes, but
it goes to the older players, from the league, for their injuries and things that they have.
This is my thoughts on that, and this is why I have a real issue with this whole thing. That's their fault. They're the ones that fucking Vontaze Burfict did nothing more than what Jack Ham or Ray Nitschke or any Chuck Bednarik. I think Chuck Bednarik, wasn't he a defensive end for the Eagles? They all led with their head. They clothesline people. I mean, horse collars, all that shit. That's what a tackle was in the NFL back in the day. So, yeah.
Did anybody see that where somebody disliked it and then they changed it to a thumbs up instead?
That was probably Bobbit. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But that being said, anybody else got anything they'd like to add?
No, I think it's a violent sport. You got to play the game. I get it. My friends play in the league, so I get it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get why they're doing it, but I disagree.
You lazy buff.
God damn, fucking lazy
I
asshole.
mean, yeah, he should be suspended, no doubt. It's not like I don't agree with that. But the whole year,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
no, I disagree with this. Is the whole year. 4 games I get, but the whole year, that's too much.
Well, it's like, Josh Gordon, he keeps getting suspended for
Exactly,
drugs.
exactly my point. And
And
guess
he
what?
should be
He's
out of the
right
league
back in
by
the
now,
he's right back in the
honestly.
fucking
Like,
league again.
he should
Right?
just be out of the league. He's done it so many freaking times.
In baseball, you do it 3 times, you're done. You can never play baseball again.
Yep. It's a 3 strikes, you're out policy.
Yep. Anybody got anything else that they would like to add?
It's not easy being green.
I know it's not easy
No.
being green. I want to talk about. We have been talking about the pass interference rule. We talked about it last year. We've talked about it a little bit this year. The Packer game is a prime example. Who watched Packer game on Thursday? Coop, I know
I
you
did.
did.
I watched some of it. I got to watch
I
some.
did.
Okay. Can somebody define pass interference for me? I know the definition.
Out
You
of
don't.
contact, before the, like after the ball. is-
Go ahead. Go ahead, Bobbit. Okay. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say,
Go ahead.
any contact that prohibits the person from catching the ball.
Okay. Or making an attempt to catch. And I think pretty much Sarah said the same thing. It's a pass interference is an impedance on the progress of a player to catch a ball, is what interference is. The one call, and I'm not just shitting on the I'm shitting on the referees here. I'm not shitting on the Eagles. I wasn't so mad that the Packers lost that game, okay? I was mad that the refs they think they're gods and they don't do anything wrong and they keep the flag in the pocket. Okay? In a crucial situation, I don't give a fuck if it's fucking 4th and goal and it's a big moment in the game. If there's interference, you're supposed to throw the fucking flag. Okay? There were 3 calls in this game Thursday night. 2 for Green Bay, 1 for Philadelphia. The one for Philadelphia, I can't remember what the play was. Oh, Kevin King stripped down Alshon Jeffrey's hands, kept him from catching the ball. Pass interference. Marquez Valdez-Scantling was tackled, tackled, so to speak, before the ball got there. No flag. Both of those calls were reviewed and they were not overturned. What in the fuck are these referees looking at? I want to know what these referees. I want to know what these referees are sitting inside of the headset. This is how to fucking fix this problem. They need to have officials from both teams sitting in that fucking review booth, making sure that because I can tell you what's going on. Some officials up there are like, yeah, we're just not going to touch this one because it's too big of a moment. You're a pussy if you don't. Put fucking team officials in there that are biased or unbiased to either side, and they listen to what they're saying. That is how you remedy it. Because I can tell you right now, that is exactly what they said. Because were those not pass interference calls?
They were.
The last call was on a first and wasn't it? I think it was first and goal or second and goal on the 1 yard line, and it was a slant pass.
Mm-hmm.
The ball was not tipped. Now, that being said, if the ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, that receiver or that defensive back has every right to hit the wide receiver. There was no tip ball. That defensive back tackled Valdez-Scantling like a split second before the ball got there. And I wish I could show you the replay. but you can blatantly see the ball, the defensive back putting his arms around the receiver, tackling him, and then the ball getting there. That is pass interference. Referees, that is pass interference. That is an impedance of the fucking ball getting to the receiver so he can catch it. If you don't know how to do if you don't know how to ref a game, don't fucking do it. I know I couldn't do it, but if I see something, I'm going to call you out on it every fucking time. And I'm not calling it out just because of the Packers lost. I'm calling it out because in that game, there were big moments that happened in that game and the referees kept the flags in their pockets. If you're not going to ref the game, then don't do it. Get the fuck off the field and get somebody in there to call the game right down the middle the way it should be. I'm sick and fucking tired of talking about pass interference. And holding. Holding is another thing. Define holding for me. Can anybody
Holding is when they grab the jersey of the man, on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're, if you're an offensive tackle or something,
Yes.
You're grabbing the other person's jersey.
You can grab the jersey. Did you know that? Just as long as you're on the inside, you're in here. You can grab his jersey and push. If you're impeded, holding would be grabbing him and throwing him down. That's holding. Or giving him a bear hug as you're pushing him down the field. That's holding. As long as you're inside the frame of the body, which is from here down, if you're outside here, outside of his shoulders, that's holding. I see a lot of that not getting called. But I'm seeing, there was a holding call, was it Sunday or was it Monday? It was Sunday night. He wasn't holding. The job of the offensive lineman is to keep the quarterback clean, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he held his arm up so that the defensive end could not get around him. He wasn't holding. He was impeding his progress, not holding. Is his job not to impede his progress? Getting to the quarterback?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
By any means necessary, as long as it's within. I didn't see anything wrong with that.
No, it wasn't even holding at all.
He wasn't grabbing a jersey. He wasn't full blown grabbing him by the neck. He had his arms straight out. Wasn't holding at all.
Yeah, these holding calls have been ridiculous
Holding
too.
and pass interference. They have review on pass interference calls for the very reason that I got into an argument with somebody on Twitter about.
Amen.
And they're not calling it. So for people to sit there and fucking call me stupid, that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That was last year. That is this year. They have the review in place just for that fucking reason. Period.
Yep.
If you're not going to throw the fucking flag, then get rid of the fucking review rule. Period. Why is it even a thing if you're not going to fucking overturn the call? I don't think it's been overturned at all this year because the refs are afraid they're going to get fucking fired. That's why review is there, is to help these guys. And they seem to think that they're God and don't fucking need it. Well, fuck you and the fucking zebra horse you rode in on. You goat roping looking motherfucker. And the referee was a goat rope looking motherfucker. Just gonna say.
I know, I'm just
Now
tired
that being said, Aaron Rodgers should not have thrown that ball. If he would have waited just one split second, Shepard was wide open in the back of the end zone. But that being said, that was pass interference. It should have been called.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
Bottom fucking
I agree.
line.
I agree.
I'm just tired of these whole pass interference rules, and I'm just tired of the holding calls this year. It's ridiculous. It's like this is just slowing the game down. It's
Slowing
ridiculous.
the game down on plays that should be called. that should be called, and they're not calling them. It's making the game boring.
It is. I'd rather watch college football anymore.
And I said this when they implemented the rule. We talked about this at the beginning of the year. I am not looking forward to this fucking rule being implemented because it's going to make the game fucking boring.
XFL. XFL.
Yeah, fuck the XFL. But anyway, and then there's another thing. I understand it was under 2 minutes in that game, but everything that is reviewable under 2 minutes should be reviewed. That play should have been reviewed no matter fucking what. Every reviewable play everything that is reviewable under 2 minutes is done by the officials. And if the officials want to be God, may God have mercy on their soul. That is all I'm going to say on this matter. Anybody else?
Nope.
No, I agree.
The referees should not decide the outcome of games. Let the players decide. That player interfered. He decided that he was beat. That's why the pass was incomplete or picked off. Because he was tackled. The ball popped up in the air. That play, that he would have caught that ball. That was a touchdown. He was beat. And he knew it. And he tackled him.
Yep.
So, that being said, yeah. So are there any other takeaways from this past weekend?
Not really.
There's a couple. There's one for me. There's one for me from other games. I was gonna write it down. The Minnesota Vikings. Let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings. Tina, God bless her soul, she was on Twitter on Sunday saying, "This fucking Vikings team can lick my ass." Now, here's why. Kirk Cousins is he's part of the problem, but I don't think he is the problem. I think Mike Zimmer is the problem. And here's why. Mike Zimmer would rather run the ball than actually throw it. If Mike Zimmer could run the ball 75 times a game, he would. But in the NFL, it's a quarterback's game. You have to throw the ball. For Minnesota, what they're going to do is they're going to load the box up with 10. Minnesota doesn't have a very good offensive line. Now, I will say this. If Minnesota had Dallas's offensive line and Dalvin Cook, well, you look at the Cowboys in general, Cowboys and the Vikings. If the Cowboy offensive line played for the Vikings, I could see them, with having 10 men in the box and beating it because our offensive line is one of the best in the league. Okay. Case Keenum, everybody's saying, and she was saying, and God bless her, God bless Gina. I love Gina to death. Everybody knows this. Case Keenum was not that good. He had his moments. You look at him now, he's not very good.
Yep.
He's not.
Totally agree.
He is a flash in the pan 1 year wonder.
Yep.
He wasn't very good in Denver. He wasn't very good. He isn't very good in Washington. You look at what he did in Denver. He signed with Denver based on what he did last year.
He wasn't he with the Texans originally?
He started with the Texans.
Right. Yeah.
But he ended up playing for the Broncos last year. He just could not. He had better talent in Denver with the receiving core. Yes, he had Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. They're good. But with what Denver had, Case Keenum can't carry a team. He has to have players around him. Kirk Cousins is a different fucking story. Kirk Cousins is a Michigan State quarterback that only threw the ball when he had to. If you watch Minnesota, all you have to do is put 10 men in the box have played two safeties over the top of Thielen and fucking Stephon Diggs because they ain't got a third receiver. So Minnesota is going to try to run the ball first. If they could, they'll throw, pass, throw, pass, or pass, run, pass, run, pass. That's the way they're set up. That's the way they were set up in Minnesota a couple of years ago. Case Keenum could actually get to his receiver. Case Keenum was a little better than Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is not the problem. Mike Zimmer is the problem.
New offense. Maybe they figured him out.
Think about this. Who was their offensive coordinator in Minnesota? Oh, I guess that was Darrell Bevel. I take that back. Darrell Bevel was in Seattle. I take that back. But yeah, I don't blame. Case Keenum was not very good. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, Washington's garbage.
You watched that game between Chicago and Minnesota. Chicago just all they did is rush 4, and they could have rushed Khalil Mack and dropped everybody else, and he probably would have gotten to the quarterback. And if Case Keenum was there, it'd be the same thing. Because where's Case Keenum getting? He can't run. He ain't getting away from fucking that defense. You need a quarterback that can get rid of the ball quick. Kirk Cousins nor Case Keenum can get rid of the ball quick. Sarah, what are your takeaways from Sunday?
The only other game that I was watching this Bills Patriots game. That was a really good game.
Now. We watched that one too. That one was on our TV as well. The Bills are not a bad team.
They're not.
I think they're going to be the team that dethrones the Patriots. It won't be this year. I'm going to say it now. I think the Patriots are winning the Super Bowl. I don't think anybody's beating them. I just don't fucking see why. Look at what their defense is really fucking good.
Their defense is phenomenal this year for New England.
It wasn't very good last year. It wasn't very good the year before. But with that defense won them that game. Brady had a shitty day.
Yeah.
Very shitty
day. Brady didn't play that great.
The offense looked like ass.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
The defense carried the day for New England. They're going to be good. Once that offense gets going, it's
yeah, that was a really defensive game. But both offenses, like even Josh Allen, I think had a bad game. 3 interceptions, I think.
I expect him to throw 3 interceptions. It's only his second year in the league. He doesn't have the offensive weapons yet.
Yeah.
They're all young on that side of the ball. Their defense is phenomenal, though.
That was a very defensive game.
I wish to God the Packers had that defense. Because, yeah, that's my takeaway is the Packers. Another one of my takeaways, that Packer fucking run defense is fucking shit. It's shit in a box. If I took a shit in a box, it'd be better than the Packers run defense.
That Saints-Cowboys game was pretty good, too.
I was just going to talk about that, and then I'll get to Coop. I don't know if you watch much. I do want to talk about
No, basically the Buffalo Bills and Patriots game is what I was watching while I was moving, so that was on.
Yep. The Cowboys got exploited for what they really are. I'm sorry for you Cowboys fans. The Cowboys got exploited. The Saints should not have won that game. They don't have Drew Brees.
I gotta say, I mentioned that Teddy Bridgewater could possibly win them games.
He didn't look that good though.
Yeah, no, he didn't look that good. But
Will Lutz's leg won them that game.
Yep.
Alvin Kamara won them that game because he got him into field goal position 4 fucking times. If it hadn't to have been for Alvin Kamara or Will Lutz, that game would have been 10-0.
Yeah. But he's been holding on. I think 2 wins so far over tough teams.
Yeah.
So.
The defense, for some reason, was able to get a pass rush going, and that's what got them that win. But Alvin Kamara and Will Lutz is what carried the day for the Saints. I watched the whole game. That being said, I don't think the Cowboys are as good as everybody thinks that they are. I mean, they're good. They're the best team they're the second best team in the NFC East. I think the Eagles are.
Mm-hmm.
They looked good Sunday night or Thursday night. They
That
looked
Miles
really good.
Sanders is pretty good for the Eagles too. That rookie that they have, he's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't know if he's that good. It's Packers defense, run defenses. I think you could have put fucking a fifth string running back in that fucking game, and I bet he would have had 100 and some yards rushing. That's how
Zach
bad
Ertz was good too.
That's how bad Green Bay's run defense is. That's how bad Green Bay's run defense is. For the most part, I think Green Bay did pretty good in the pass defense. The run defense is my issue. My issue with Green Bay is their run defense. If they can shore up their run defense, 2 weeks in a row, they've given up a bunch of fucking rushing yards. If it isn't one thing with this team, it's a fucking another, and it fucking drives me goddamn nuts. You finally get a pass rush, and then you can't fucking stop the run. You need to fucking have a combination of fucking both. Seriously. Get your shit together.
My quarterback's been doing mono, so they need to get their shit together.
I've got them as one of my teams in Madden. They made the playoffs. Went 10-6 or 9-7.
What did they have me as a mascot or something cheering them on?
Beat the Patriots once.
Nice.
But so that being said, Bob, what are your takeaways from Sunday?
My biggest takeaways is Carolina still looks really good without Cam. Let's see. Oh, the fucking Rams Bucks game. Holy shit, what a fucking game.
I didn't see it. I heard it was the Buccaneers might be for real. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That pass rusher that they have for Tampa Bay, Shaq Barrett, he's phenomenal.
Well, they switched up. They have a 3-4 defense now.
With Todd Bowles as their defensive coordinator. Yeah.
Who do they have? They have Amakantu.
They have Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett's done a really good job.
There's more than Shaq. They have a couple of other players on that defense that are really fucking good pass rushers.
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh's one.
There's another one too, and I can't think of his name.
McCoy or something like that?
No, McCoy plays for the Panthers now.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
But they might be legit for real. We'll find out this Sunday for sure. They play the Saints, so. Does anybody else got anything? Any takeaways from Sunday? Heather, any takeaways? What about those Ravens? You want to talk about it?
I just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do you let a player be so wide fucking open that he runs for 88 yards?
Well, it's called good blocking. And I think the Ravens have been exploited the last 2 weeks for what they really are.
Darn. I was really expecting Cleveland to bounce back anyways.
But I was not expecting them to beat the Ravens.
Exactly. Yeah. I definitely thought this was a shocker of how badly they beat the Ravens, by the way.
Right. All right. So that being said, I'm going to do the power rankings.
Okay. Wait. Before you do, I just want to say I think Lamar Jackson is trying to do too much by himself. Do you guys agree with that?
We didn't watch the game. I don't know. They're a running team first. They need to, but he's got the arm that he can actually. He's trying to be something he's not.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be Cam Newton.
It worked the first 2 weeks. It has not worked the last 2 weeks. He's played against 2 mediocre defenses, and he's now being exploited against 2. He got exploited against 2 pretty good defenses. Because the Browns do have a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I gotta say that the Lions actually might be doing a little bit better this year than last year.
Well, you want to talk about them? I'll talk about them real quick. How in the actual fuck? You have Matt Patricia, who is supposed to be a defensive guru, and he doesn't know how to scheme a fourth quarter 2-minute defense. This has been a consistent fucking thing with Matt Patricia and this fucking defense. They are so good in the first 3 quarters, and then the final, the first, I'm gonna say first 58 minutes they're good. The final 2 minutes they become fucking kindergartners who the teacher fucking left the fucking room and they're just running rampant. They can't fucking defend. They could not defend a baby.
Wendy.
They could not defend Wendy on fucking Sunday in the final 2 minutes of that game. They looked absolutely rancid. They give up. And I get it. Patrick Mahomes is a phenomenal quarterback. But he didn't throw a fucking touchdown. They just right down the fucking field. Like, hashtag fuck it. We're just going to run the ball. Complete the pass interference call here, pass interference call there. Same thing that happened to the Eagles on fucking Thursday. And get down inside the 5, and they forgot how to wipe their ass after taking a shit. Who does that? Who does that? Well, I know Green Bay does it, but I'm used to it. But, come on. This is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. And they play like they've never played defense before. They played like fucking Matthew Stafford is the 11 guys playing defense. He's afraid to do something wrong. So they do everything wrong. Jesus Christ. They should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
If they had any semblance of a fucking defense, they would have won that game. Excuse me, they would have won that game. Fucking Lions. How the fuck they've won 2 fucking games this year, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and they could barely beat it, and they didn't even beat Arizona. It's like, Arizona's garbage.
Well, Arizona. They tied.
Yeah, they tied. So they've only lost 1 game so far this year.
No. Well, yeah, but they tied the fucking Cardinals.
Right, yeah.
They are the 29th best team in the league.
That's surprising for their record. But they do I guess the way that they've been playing, right? So.
Right. All right. So anybody else got anything they'd like to add? Any other takeaways? Okay. So we're gonna do the power rankings and then we'll get into college corner. Number 32, the Dolphins. Okay. Let me say something about the Dolphins. At least they're fucking trying. They have players that are there that want to play. They're gonna be bad. But that's on management. That is not on the players. The players themselves are not tanking because that makes the players look bad. And if they are tanking, shame on the fucking owner. They should be penalized for tanking. They should not get the number 1 pick in the draft. If they are legitimately tanking, I hope they do take Tua Takaka sucking my cock because I don't think he's going to pan out in the NFL. He's playing in the SEC, which is having a down year in college football. I mean, fuck, they haven't played anybody. Give me a fucking break. Anybody that thinks Tua is going to be the number one pick in the draft is smoking dope. It's going to be Herbert from Oregon. Watch. He projects to the NFL. Enough with this fucking read option fucking RPO bullshit. It's not going to work in the NFL. It can only work for so fucking long before defenses figure it out.
Justin Herbert's pretty good, actually.
Yes, he is. He's got a cannon for a fucking arm. He's accurate. And he looked really fucking good against one of the best defenses in the league this year. Or in the country this year.
You got to look at Jordan Love from Utah State. He's pretty good, too.
He's another one of those RPO guys. Fuck him. I don't fucking want that in the NFL.
I like Jake Fromm, too, from Georgia.
He could translate to the NFL. We'll see, though. We'll get into that in the college corner. Number 31, the Redskins. Number 30.
Oh.
Number 30, Jets. Number 29, the Cardinals. Now, I'm going to say this with the Jets. I think if the Jets would have had Arnold back, I think they'd be better off.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's just because Darnold hasn't been there for a couple of weeks. So,
Number 29, Arizona. Oh, did I? Well, number 28, and I'm shocked by this, is the Denver Broncos, because I think they're better than that.
Yeah.
They are better.
Now here's what I did notice, that Joe Flacco fumbling a lot for the Broncos this year.
He's under a lot of pressure. He's under pressure too, though. He's not fumbling because he's not Mark Sanchezing the ball.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just the Denver offensive line isn't very good.
Yeah, their offensive line is rancid.
And by the way, Bradley Chubb's out for the year for them now. He tore
Yes, that's a big loss.
Yep. I knew that. Number 27, the Bengals, who lost to the Steelers last night. Number 26 is the Steelers. That's their first win. They got their first win last night.
Yeah, they did pretty good in that game too. The Steelers.
It's the fucking Bengals. Number 20.
Now, is there a rumor that AJ Green is going to go to the Patriots?
If they trade for him, yeah.
I've heard that between that or the Packers.
I want to know how many fucking draft. This is one thing I want to know. How many draft picks do the fucking Patriots have? They have like 30 draft picks that we're not knowing about?
I'm not sure.
Number 25, Atlanta. That one shocks me. I thought they were starting to turn the corner. They had a couple of good games.
They should at least be.
They should be, but they're not because they keep losing to teams they should beat. Number 24, the Raiders. Number 23, this one's surprising, the Giants. I think that's just because they put Daniel Jones in. I think they're going to start falling back. Number 22, the Titans. Number 21, the Buccaneers. Number 20, the Colts. Number 19, the Vikings. There's your problem right there. Think about this. The Vikings have a good defense, a great running game, but because they can't throw the ball, they aren't going anywhere. Number 18, Jacksonville. Jacksonville's kind of played well over the last couple of weeks.
That young kid, wow.
Minshew's really good, too. Minshew's pretty decent.
Number 17, the Panthers. Number 16, Baltimore. They dropped significantly. Number 15, Houston. Number 14, and I think this is too high, is the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're way too high right now.
Number 13, I think they're way too high, Detroit. Number 12, Los Angeles Chargers. Number 11, Buffalo Bills. That's good. That's a good ranking for them. I think they're going to turn things around there.
I think they could be a wild card. Watch out.
They could be. Yeah. Number 10, Seattle.
Nice.
Seattle's playing really good this year.
Well, they got beat by New Orleans last week, which they shouldn't have, because that was at home. They played like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9, Green Bay. Here's where it gets kind of iffy for me. Number 8, the Rams. They did lose. They dropped. I get it. Yes. Number 8, the Rams. Number 7, San Francisco. I think that's
San
questionable.
Francisco really hasn't played anybody.
I understand that. But
San Francisco?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
49ers.
undefeated, though. That's why.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 6, Philadelphia. I'm okay with that. This is the one that confuses me. Now, the Packers beat the Bears, but the Bears are number 5. Can somebody fucking explain to me how that's fucking possible? I can understand dropping the Packers below the Eagles, but bringing the Bears from 9 to 5 is beyond me.
Man, they must really rely on their defense a lot, right? I mean, that's like ranking the Trubisky hasn't really shown.
Trubisky's hurt now too. Trubisky's out for a few games now.
Yeah, Trubisky, that hurts them. I wouldn't have put them there. I would probably put the Packers.
Maybe like 9 or 10. Maybe
No.
Bills.
I put the Packers at 7 and the Bears at 9.
Yeah, I was thinking like 9 or 10 for the Bears.
But then we'd have to drop back the Rams. I would put it'd fuck it up, but I put the Packers at 9 and the Bears at 7. Or 7. Packers at 7 and the Bears at 9. Number 5, the Bears. Number 4, the Cowboys. Now they just lost to the Saints. How in the fuck are they still in the top 4?
Yeah,
they should drop.
They're 3-1, so I get it.
No, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
It's probably because they don't want to put San Francisco higher than the Cowboys.
Why not? They're undefeated.
Just because maybe they think that if they went against each other, Cowboys would probably like beat them.
Could these power rankings also be going over total numbers?
No, it's based off a record and this based on who they play. And I think Green Bay's played a lot tougher teams than the fucking Cowboys have. They played the Saints and that's it. And lost. Number 3, the Saints. I'm sorry. I think that's overrated. I don't think the Saints are the 3rd best team in the league right now, not without Drew Brees. Yes, they're winning, but they're not winning handily. They're not winning handily. Number 2, the Chiefs, and number 1, the Patriots.
I agree with the top 2.
The top 2 you can't disagree with.
No.
Yeah, those 2 teams I agree with. But I think the Saints should be like 5 or 6 maybe at the most.
Yes.
Goddamn Patriots.
I think the Eagles.
The Patriots are good. You can't.
The Eagles should be where the Saints are.
Yep.
The Cowboys should be where the Eagles are. The 49ers should be where the Packers are. The Rams should be 7. The Rams should be 7. Well, the Rams should be 8. It should go Patriots, Chiefs, Saints, or Chiefs, Eagles, 49ers because they're undefeated. Then the Saints, the Rams, the Packers, then the Bears. That's the way it should be. That should be your top 8 teams.
Yep. That's what I have, too.
Well, the Patriots are the John Cena of football, but guess what? Until somebody fucking beats them, they're the best team in football. And I don't see anybody beating. They're going to lose, but they ain't losing when it counts. They are not losing when it counts. And it's not because the fucking league thinks that Tom Brady and fucking Bill Belichick are the greatest in the world. It's because Bill Belichick is the best coach in the NFL. The reason the Patriots are so fucking good is because of Bill Belichick. It has absolutely nothing to do with Tom Brady.
Nope, I think the best 2 coaches are Belichick and Andy Reid.
Andy Reid is not a great coach. He is He's an okay coach. I think Sean Payton or Doug Peterson. I would even say Frank Reich is better than Andy Reid.
Frank Reich's done a pretty good job considering
I would even go one further. Let me look at. I think John Harbaugh he's another good coach. Mike Tomlin's a better coach than fucking Andy Reid. But that's just me. With that being said, just give me a second.
Yay, we're going to college football. I love college football.
Let's run the fucking ball.
Yep.
There's a big game this weekend in the Big Ten.
Just stop. Just don't distract. With that being said, welcome to the College Corner, where we're going to talk some college football. Bobbit, you ready? Are you sleeping?
I was born ready.
All righty. What are your takeaways from this week in college football? Good talk.
I didn't get to watch any games because
I did. I watched.
I was enrolled.
Go ahead. Okay, so I did. I got to watch I got to watch one game and then a little bit of another. I watched the Wisconsin Northwestern game. Why is he always talking? Because I'm Wisconsin, so I'm going to talk about Wisconsin. But I do. I actually, it was my daughter's birthday, so I didn't get a chance to watch college football this week. But what I did watch while I was sitting and eating, I will talk about. We'll talk about Clemson, of course, and their close win. Wisconsin deserves to be where they're at. I will say this. They need to shore up their offense a little bit. This is worrisome at times. Yeah. Thank God they have a fucking legitimate fucking defense. Because they scored them 14 points. Well, 12 points. And that pretty much
they have a good running back too up in Wisconsin.
He didn't have a very good day today. He did not have a very good day Saturday. I don't know what it is about Northwestern against them. I do not know why, and it frustrates the hell out of me because they are not that good. And I'm thankful that Wisconsin is still where they are. I got to watch Ohio State, Nebraska. Nebraska's the same old Nebraska. They suck donkey dick.
Oh, they look terrible. Ohio State was dominating that game.
Let's talk about Ohio State. They haven't fucking played anybody yet. And for people to sit there and say that I don't think there are people arguing that Ohio State could beat Clemson or Alabama. And I'm like, you have got to stop smoking the ganja. Because there is in no way, shape, or form. Ohio State has not played anybody. And Nebraska is one of those not anybody's. They are terrible. I honestly think Wisconsin could give Ohio State a run for their money. I don't think Wisconsin can beat Ohio State. But I don't think Ohio State's going to score 50 points against Wisconsin. I don't think Ohio State's going to stop Wisconsin from scoring 21 points. I don't think Ohio State's defense is all that great. Played fucking Miami. I think they're 126 out of 126 teams this year in college football, in FBS. Jeez. When Ohio State plays somebody, then we can start talking about how good Ohio State is. Okay? So people calm down. When Ohio State plays, I don't know who they play this week, but we'll see how good they really are when they start playing against some teams that know how to play fucking football. Jesus.
Penn State's been looking pretty decent.
Who?
Penn State.
Penn State? Yeah, there's one of those teams. But then again, they haven't played anybody.
No, that's true.
They almost lost to Pitt. Pitt's okay, but I don't think Pitt's that great. Clemson with North Carolina. I didn't think North Carolina might be better.
That is surprising.
North Carolina might be better than what I thought. They do have a legendary coach in Mac Brown. He's a very good coach. Maybe his coaching gives them that little edge. I don't know. I don't know how bad Clemson is, but they aren't playing up to what they were last year. Now, let's keep in mind Clemson lost a lot on defense last year. They lost a little bit on offense. They got back most of their guys. A lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence right now because they're saying that he is the second coming of, just like Seth Rollins is wrestling Jesus, Trevor Lawrence is football Jesus, I guess. He's the second coming, I guess. I mean, he's good. I think he is the best quarterback in college football. I think he's better than Tua. I think he's better than fucking Justin Herbert. I mean, come on. I think
His turnovers are terrible this year. He's had a lot of turnovers, which isn't good.
Are you saying Trevor Lawrence is terrible? I don't think he's terrible. I think he's
I'm saying he's had a lot of turnovers this year. He's had a lot of interceptions.
I think that a lot of that is he's putting pressure on himself. He just needs to come out, and I'm seeing it. Because we watched the game with Syracuse, and he's, for some reason, putting pressure on himself to be perfect. And last year, he would just throw the ball, and he seemed calm. This year, he seems more uptight. I think if they settle him down, I think he'll be okay.
It's the sophomore blues.
He'll get over it. I still think Clemson is really good. I still think they're probably going to win the national title. It's just, you've got to have games like this to get you going. And I think this was that game. I don't think anybody would be close to Clemson the rest of the year. Now, I could be wrong, because college football is a really weird sport sometimes. You got to remember, these are just teenage kids. Some of these kids are 19, 20 years old. They're still learning the game. Still babies. Bobbitt, do you want to talk about the top 10?
I sure do, Mr. JP.
Go ahead.
The top 10 for this week. A lot of changes. Not a whole lot of changes, but some changes in the top 10 this week for you guys.
Go from 10 to 1.
What?
Go from 10 to 1. Don't go from 10. Go from 10 to 1. Go ahead.
All right, just 1 second. Let Google load up the bullshit here. All right, we got.
Good talk.
Come on.
You want me to do
it?
I have it right here.
No, I got it. Right. There you go. All right, number 10, we have Florida.
Florida, number 10. I don't know if I agree with that. Go ahead, Bobby.
All right, number 9, Notre Dame.
How in the fuck are they still in the top 10?
I have no idea.
Me neither. Go ahead.
Number 8, mine and JP's team, Wisconsin.
I think Wisconsin should be where Florida is, and Florida should be where Wisconsin is. Just based on who they
Number
played.
7.
Just based on who they played and how Wisconsin really looked, thank God they have a good defense. Maybe they're basing it off of defense. I don't know, but that's all I'm saying. It is what it is. Go ahead.
Number 7, we have Auburn.
I want to talk about this real quick. There's a lady on ESPN talking about how Auburn. This woman wants all the SEC teams to be in the top, and she wants the SEC to be the college football playoff. She's a fucking idiot. She's that lady we were watching the other day. She's a fucking moron. And she's trying to justify. Well, it's based off of who they played. Okay.
Been for years.
You think they could beat LSU? I don't fucking think so. You think they could beat Alabama? I don't think so. You think they could beat Clemson? I don't think so. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down. And not because she's a woman. She's just a fucking idiot.
They can't beat Georgia.
No, nobody can beat. I don't think anybody's beat Georgia. Maybe Clemson. Go ahead, though.
All right, number 6, we have Oklahoma.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's agreeable.
I can agree with that. Although I would not be against putting them number 4. Go ahead.
Number 5, LSU.
Yeah, I disagree with this. Because I'm going to disagree with the top 4 teams. Well, at least the number 4 team. Go ahead, Bobby.
Number 4, Ohio State.
I do not agree with Ohio State. They're basing Ohio State because they haven't given up hardly anything. Because they haven't fucking played anybody. They've been playing fucking junior college teams. And yes, Nebraska is one of those fucking teams. So fuck off, Ohio State. You aren't that good. Not yet. You might be at the end of the year, but not yet. Let's see how you do against Wisconsin and Penn State and Michigan. Michigan had turned the shit the fuck around, which makes Wisconsin look that much better. Got it? Go ahead.
Number 3, we have Georgia.
I agree with that. The top 3 I agree with wholeheartedly. Go ahead, Bobby.
Number 2, down 1, Clemson.
Yep, they dropped. That's because of the game that they had. And that just tells me that North Carolina isn't as good as everybody thinks that North Carolina isn't that good, is what I'm getting. Go ahead.
And number 1, of course, Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Yep, Roll Tide. Right up my ass. Fuck that shit.
I think they are. I think the top 3 are agreeable, actually.
The top 3 are agreeable. I'll get to it. Top 3 are agreeable. I think you could. I think you could. I think you're going to see Alabama and Clemson flip flop a lot this year. Now I see Alabama stumbling against LSU. Because again,
it's good.
Alabama hasn't played anybody. They played Ole Miss, and Ole Miss sucks.
Oh yeah, Ole Miss looks garbage.
Yeah, they look garbage. Now they might beat the middle of the pack Big Ten team, but they ain't beating anybody in the SEC. All right. So with that said, where do you have that? The picks? Is that what it is? So that being said, we're gonna move on and we're gonna do what we had this past week, and everybody sucked dick.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Horrible
that
week for everybody.
Everybody on the panel was under 500. Coop was 7-8. Bobbitt was 7-8. I was 7-8. Heather was 6-9, and Sarah was 6-9.
Yeah, I was bad. It was a bad week.
I was 7 and 8.
Yep.
Damn.
And there's the chart. Bobbitt's at 41.5. I'm at 39.5. Heather's at 36.5. Sarah's at 39.5. Gina at 38.5. Truck at 38.5. Ray Sean at 32.5. He's been struggling. I've been trying, and I'm giving him a little leeway because he's only just now getting into football, which I can understand, and I'm trying to help him. I'll help him out. Yeah. I'll talk to him. I'll get him up where I'm at. You watch.
Don't worry. He loves this football, so
yep.
He loves it.
Hoop is at 39.5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Rex,
good job,
Rex,
too.
you need to stop just throwing it out on a whim because you're at 35.5. Ryan, you're at 37.5. And Cody at 40.5. So that's that chart that Heather does, which I love the chart. It gives totals for the year. I love it. I love that chart.
Love it, Heather. Well done.
Yeah, I do too. You did a great job, Heather.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So last week wasn't the greatest of weeks. So this week, oh my God.
There are going to be more toss-up games again. It's like...
Right. So the two teams that have a bye, and they're needed by both teams because they both suck. One is the Lions, and the other is the Dolphins. Those are your buys for the week.
Wow.
Wow.
Thursday's game, it's going to be a dandy. But it's the Rams at the Seahawks. The Rams coming off a loss to Tampa Bay. The Seahawks, did they play this past?
I think they did, and I believe they lost. No, they won, and they against the Cardinals.
And the Seahawks beat the Cardinals?
Yep.
Okay, so the Rams at the Seahawks. Sarah, who you got?
I think the Rams need a bounce back win, so I'm going to go with the Rams.
I agree with Sarah. The Seahawks have a good defense. I think just the Rams are going to get that. They got to get that running game going. They got to get that running game going. Bobbitt?
I'm going to go Rams.
Okay. Who? The comedian.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Seahawks in this one. I think they're playing at home, and they need this win.
And who does Kermit got?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks because I like the West Coast.
It's getting to the point where DJ Skinny Penis and Kermit need to fucking die. The next game, these are the noon games, I'm assuming. The Jaguars at the Panthers. Bobbitt, who you got?
Okay, who's all injured for the Jaguars?
I don't fucking know. Look at the injury report. I know that Jalen Ramsey is playing. Apparently that whole thing with him has come to a pass.
Leonard Fournette's playing good football.
Like I said, if the Jaguars can get the running game going, they're a formidable force.
I'm gonna go Jaguars on this.
Okay. Who? Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. I don't give a fuck. It's a goddamn flash flood watch. Don't go near the flood. That's what it's fucking telling me. I don't fucking care.
I'll go towards it. Okay.
So who are the Jaguars up against?
The Panthers.
Panthers.
Okay. Yeah, this one, Jaguars against Panthers. All right. Can you get back to me?
No.
Oh, damn.
No, I'm kidding. I can. Sarah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars in this game.
All right, I'll let Heather. I think I went with the Panthers only because it's at home. I just think the Panthers and Christian McCaffrey, it's the same. If they can get their running game going and then come off on the pass. Christian McCaffrey is scoring me some fucking points in fantasy football. That's all I'm going to fucking say about that. For Chisel.
Dude, fucking Camaro has been a beast for me.
Yep. Yeah. You almost lost to Trek.
Hey, Bob, by the way, I made you a great offer.
Me.
Okay. Sarah, you picked the Jaguars, Sarah?
Yep, I went with the Jaguars.
Okay. You want me? Who are you picking?
This one's a toss-up for me, but I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Okay.
You know, I like Christian McCaffrey, what he's been doing, leading the Panthers, and just both quarterbacks. I think, this one's gonna be iffy.
Okay. You went with Panthers. You get that. The next game, the Bills at the Titans. Cool.
Another friggin' toss-up with these goddamn Titans for me. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I like how the Bills have been playing football right.
I agree.
I'm going with Buffalo.
Buffalo.
I do not like the Titans. They do not look good at all. That's like wishy-washy some weeks with them.
I can agree. Bobbit?
I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Okay. And a rivalry game. The Ravens at the Steelers. Heather? I know I haven't been getting your picks. She's got Wendy, so. But I am going to ask her about this game. Here, give her one. Hold on.
And you skipped the game.
Hmm?
You skipped the game.
No, I didn't.
Patriots?
No, I didn't. It's Jaguars at Panthers? Oh, Okay, Wendy. Patriots at the Redskins. I'm sorry. Let's go back. Go back one. Patriots at the Redskins.
Should we even bother?
Yeah, should we even bother?
I'm gonna go with Patriots.
No.
Time out.
Patriots.
Just give me a second.
I have no idea.
Good Lord. Right. Give me a second, guys.
No worries.
No worries.
The Redskins have just been looking terrible.
Look.
Like I don't know what they like. They have Darius Geis with the running game.
Do you want to sit here, please? You're going to take over. Apparently she wants to be fucking
Oh, Lord. All right.
So where were we? Is everybody Heather? Do you want to make your pick then?
I believe everybody's going with the Patriots no matter what.
All right.
Hold on one sec. Okay, getting back to
Well, I'm going with the Patriots, by the way.
Dan Rex, who are you picking between the Bills and the Titans there?
I didn't even.
But you were ready to move on to the Ravens.
Well,
okay. So to get into, and yes, you did pick that game. Everybody picked the Bills on that one, except for Cody. He went with the Titans.
I went with the Bills.
To get to JP's question there of the rivalry game between the Ravens and the Steelers. Ravens lost against the Browns. However, this is also the Steelers. They don't have Big Ben. He's not back yet from his elbow injury. Okay.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Heather. That was definitely a big loss for them because it was a rivalry game, definitely for the Browns. But I think that the Ravens need this win to bounce back in a divisional rival game.
No, absolutely.
I think they will bounce back.
Yep, I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens too.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
I think it's gonna be the kind of game that the Ravens like. It's gonna be as long as they don't try to get Lamar Jackson to do too much. That's been his problem. You want to switch to college?
Yep. Give me one sec.
You have to add the horny goat as part of the defense. That will solve the problem.
Francis.
Okay.
I'm going Ravens too, by the way.
Okay. This is going to be the game where the Ravens defense is going to get back to normal because even the defense just it was not right on Sunday. So this is going to be their comeback game, and then they're going to be running high for the rest of the season, I think. Now, next game. It's going to be the most boring game on the planet.
Oh, no.
Cardinals at the Bengals.
Cardinals.
Oh, jeez. I'm going with Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals.
And it's just because the Bengals.
Cardinals.
Bengals have been dealing with injuries.
That and
and they lost John Ross now too for a few games. Another one of the receivers too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he hasn't really been playing that well.
No,
he's been a bust for them this year, or ever since he's been drafted.
the only bright part about that whole team is Joe Mixon. That's it.
Pretty much.
Well, AJ Green's good.
Yeah, but he's been getting hurt a lot too. So.
Well, that plus he's probably getting double covered because he has to do it all by himself.
That's true.
Alrighty. Next game. This is going to be a tough game, I think. It's Falcons at the Texans. No, you picked the Texans.
I take Houston just because I think the Falcons, they're like the Titans for Coop.
Mm-hmm.
They're my Titans. The Falcons, I think they're turning the corner, and then they shit all over themselves. Houston, still the team to beat the AFC South.
I agree. I'm going with the Texans.
I'm going with the Texans. I don't trust the Falcons.
I'll go Houston as well. Why do I have a scar on my ass? What the fuck?
There's a future Pornhub video there, Bobbit.
Yep. I went with the Falcons this game because you know what? They just may surprise you. Because Matt Ryan outscored, even though the Falcons lost, Matt Ryan outscored Tom Brady. So that should tell you something.
My mom can outscore Tom. Anyway, go ahead.
We have probably the one game that I'm really not going to give two shits about next. Buccaneers at the Saints.
The Saints. I took the Saints just because the Saints are playing good, solid defense. It's going to be another game like the Cowboys and Saints. I went with the Saints because this is one of those games that I thought they were going to win.
Yeah, this one I'm really thinking about going with Bucks as a surprise win.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a toss-up game, and that's just because I don't trust Teddy Bridgewater.
I think I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I don't have a problem with either picking, but I'm still going to stick with the New Orleans Saints.
You're going to go with the Saints, Coop?
Yeah.
Okay. Bobbitt, what about you, bud?
I'm gonna go Saints.
Alrighty. I went with the Buccaneers. They've been showing improvement, and with Bridgewater there, don't think he's going to have what it takes.
Yeah, it's a toss-up because I think that Kamara's going to struggle with this defense, maybe.
Uh-huh. That's what I agree with. Next game, we got the Vikings at the Giants.
I went with the Vikings just because I think that the Vikings defense will confuse Daniel Jones, and this will be that one game where Daniel Jones just throws like 3 interceptions.
I agree. I've got Minnesota's defense on my fantasy team, so I'm picking Minnesota.
I'm going with Minnesota.
What about you, Bobbitt?
I'm gonna go Minnesota. I'm gonna go Minnesota because I agree with the JP. I think Jones is gonna throw a lot of interceptions.
He's a good quarterback. He showed some moxie. I just think this is going to be one of those games where he's just going to get under pressure and he's just going to crack.
It's a possibility. I'm still going with the Giants either way. Okay, next game. Bears at the Raiders.
I went with the Bears because the fucking Bears. I'm not a Bears fan, but good God, I'll fight. They made the Vikings look like college football players.
I'm going with the Bears.
I'm going with the Bears. I'm just wondering what's going on with my audio.
You sound fine to me. It might have been his end.
I'm gonna go with.
Go ahead,
I'm
Bobby.
gonna go with the Bears.
It's the Bears.
All right. Shout out to Kevin Miller, who's tuning into our show.
Yes, hello. I may have to switch.
Ryan, you dope smoking motherfucker picking the Raiders.
Hang on, I gotta switch pens here. The pen just decided to run out of ink on me.
Really?
Yeah. Or as close to it. Next, we got the Jets at the Eagles.
Oh man. Oh.
You got Eagles, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles.
Yeah,
Jets ain't got a chance in hell.
The Eagles turned the corner. They looked really good on fucking Thursday. They looked really fucking good. They look like the team that won the Super Bowl.
Yep, they did.
Yeah. Even though I'm a Jets fan, I'm going to pick the Eagles.
You're picking with your brain and not your heart. Smart move.
Yeah,
man.
no, it's just that's I picked them as one of the best teams to go to the Final Four. So
yeah. Bobbit.
I'm gonna fly like an eagle.
Oh no.
Crackhead.
Caca!
Next, we have the Broncos at the Chargers.
Chargers all the way.
Chargers.
They turned the corner
Yeah, going Chargers.
Chargers. They got Melvin Gordon
Yo,
back.
motherfuckers, I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I'm gonna go with those motherfucking Chargers too.
Oh
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. You wanna mess with it?
Guys are too much. Okay. Next game, Packers at the Cowboys.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys because Green Bay can't stop the fucking run for shit. And I think, look, if the Packers can shore up their run defense, they'll beat the Cowboys. I don't think that the Cowboys can beat the Packers throwing the ball.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
I am going to go I went with the Cowboys, but I'm hoping the Packers win.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with the Cowboys too because I think they're just going to have more maybe time possession and take that away from Green Bay's offense.
But they can't stop the run. That's the issue. If the Green Bay can stop the run, the Cowboys cannot beat the Packers. I don't think Dak Prescott is that great a quarterback.
Amari Cooper's been looking better than what he usually is. So
yes, but it's all about Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can agree that Amari Cooper's looking good. But they haven't really gone up a really good pass team. It's the Saints. Look at what the Saints did to the Cowboys pass game. It was non-existent. Green Bay has a very good pass defense. They just have a problem stopping the run. And if they have a problem stopping the run, then the pass game is there. It's all dependent on the Green Bay stopping the pass game.
So who'd you pick, Coop?
I went the Cowboys.
Okay.
I just think maybe they're going to have more time possession. That's all.
No, and I agree.
Bobbitt, who'd you pick?
I'm gonna go with with them boys, motherfucker, because that Dak Peaches motherfucker is gonna go bang bang all over them fudge packets, motherfucker. Yeah, real talk.
Okay. All right, the Sunday night game now. It's Colts at the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Come on. Let's be realistic.
I'm going with the Chiefs. The Colts ain't got a chance in hell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Bobbitt?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs, motherfucker, because they're gonna have them some Colt tonight.
Colt 45 and 2 zigzags.
Okay.
Well, that is some horse meat, motherfucker.
Somebody needs to stop giving Captain Fuck-a-Lot over there coffee.
Did you just call him Captain Fuck-a-Lot?
Yes, I did. And the Monday game. We got Browns at the 49ers.
Oh, the Browns. I don't think the 49ers are as good as everybody thinks they are. I'm going with the Browns.
I'm going with the Browns.
I still don't think the Browns are as good as everybody thinks they are, but they're better than the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Browns.
Yo, I'm gonna go with the Browns because they're gonna be like a turd at a punch bowl out there, motherfucker. It's gonna be smelly. It's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be bad, motherfucker.
It is San Francisco. They do poop in the streets, though.
Oh, that's nasty.
All right.
I did a concert out there one time, motherfucker. They be throwing shit at me daily, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
What else? All right. So there's the picks for this week. It's been to say the least an interesting year. Last year was an interesting year, but this year's even more so. If you're looking at it, the parity in the NFL is starting to catch up to itself, if that makes sense. There is more parity in the NFL now than there ever has been at any point in any season, in my opinion. There are there's one team, and I don't even think the Chiefs are that much better than everybody else. I don't think the Patriots are that much better than everybody else. They're better than everybody else, but it's by a cunt hair.
Yep.
Defense is becoming prominent in the NFL. There's a lot of really good defensive teams out there, except for the Dolphins. But I don't know. We'll see. It's been one of those interesting years. We'll see, though. I'm hoping that this year is a fun year. This year is going to give me an aneurysm. I can tell you that already. It's going to give me aneurysm. Excuse me. I am very passionate about football. And these referees, in closing, I'm going to touch up on what the top story for me was the pass interference bullshit this year is still a fucking problem. They have a way to remedy it, but it's still a fucking problem because these referees do not give two fucking shit. Even if they know that they're wrong, they're just gonna fucking whatever. They're not wrong. They're not wrong, and that's wrong. So, any final thoughts from anybody on the panel?
No, I agree. I think the defenses have gotten better around the league, for sure. I just think the Dolphins are just, I don't know, the Dolphins are out of disarray. That's just all I gotta say.
I think the Dolphins are in disarray because the fucking management is a bunch of fucking idiots.
I mean, some of the players are at least trying. I give them that they're at least trying.
Yeah,
It's not like it's
the
not.
players are giving it everything that they have.
Exactly.
And at times it looks like they're tanking as well. But when you're not put in a position to win, you're not going to win. You're going to look bad. I don't. Dude, what's so fucking funny?
Oh, I'm smiling at the chat.
Okay.
I'm looking at Captain Fuck a Lot.
Captain Fuck a Lot? Yeah. Hashtag Captain Fuck a Lot. I just, with the Dolphins, I wouldn't even say that the coach is tanking. He's getting paid to fucking coach a team, and he's only able to coach with what he has, and he hasn't got very much to coach with. So that's the problem that I see with the Dolphins. But the rest of the league, I mean, there isn't that much of a difference in play in teams, but we'll see. Bobbitt, any final thoughts?
Fucker.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be a good week, motherfucker. I think it's gonna be a good week for fantasy, motherfucker. Man, yeah, real talk. Go Chargers, motherfucker.
DJ Skinny Penis, I heard you're coming out with your very first single soon.
Yeah.
And it
It's
might
called
sell a single
What
copy.
Up, Fam?
It might sell a single copy, and the motherfucker DJ Skinny Penis, Bobbitt will be the only one to buy that fucking thing. I ain't buying shit from fucking DJ Skinny Penis. He isn't even fucking real. It's Bobbitt. Yeah, motherfucker. Real talk. That being said, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because I want to finish watching the Brewery game.
Yeah, they're still winning.
I know. I'm watching the game. So that being said, I want to thank Coop, Sarah, Bobbitt. I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's been real. I hope you guys don't mind that I yell a lot because I call it like I see it. And as you can see, I wasn't just calling it for the Packers. I was calling it down the Eagles too. I was mad at the refs. The refs can go fuck themselves. Either call it down the middle or make the right call or don't fucking ref in any games anymore because you're ruining the excitement for football. Because it's just you're eliciting anger. And then you wonder why you have death threats all the time.
Right?
I mean, it's gotten to that point. Now, I'm never going to do that. I might say I'm going to kick his ass, but like I'm going to get in a car and drive all the way to fucking Green Bay and kick someone's ass. It's 4 hours from me. I wouldn't have got there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your childhood. Get over yourself. But anyway, y'all have a great night. We'll talk to you next Tuesday because the show will be on Tuesdays from now on. Because there is no more SmackDown Live on Tuesdays, it is now on Fridays. And we will be live for that on this channel at 6:15, not 6:45, because SmackDown actually starts at 6:30. So, with that being said, everybody have a great night, and we will talk to you Friday. We'll talk to you we'll talk to you Friday. Have a good night.
You too, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Not motherfucker.